Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation, and today we are going to Thunder Junction with a pre-release. What does a pre-release include? The usual. Let's check it out. Normally, the reason why I open this on camera, because it's not like yeehaw, like that's the spirit, is to kind of document it. I kind of like the pre-releases. The pre-releases have this magic aura to them. You know what I mean? It's like you go to pre-releases and you get this package of goodies that you pay for. I mean, it's not free or anything, and it kind of introduce you to the world. Like, some players don't know anything about the set they're working on, and other players know a lot about the set that they are working on, and they just don't care that much about Lawrence, etc. So this is kind of their introduction to the lore, and some double-sided counters, which is already better than the ones that come with the commander decks. That much I can tell you. The wanted poster for Oko, and some more ads. A newspaper of the Thunder in the Streets with all the Outlaws and Ragdos that for some reason woke up and was like, you know what, let's play Cowboys. It's like, sure man, why not? The box, which is kind of nice, not gonna lie. Not the most elaborate one, but it's kind of nice. And as usual, you get a die. In this case, we got white, kind of matches the whole Thunder Junction thing. And in this nice box that a lot of people just, I knew I was missing something. A lot of people just throw away. You get a divider that is kind of a nice divider. And it is what it is. And an insert that tells you how to build a pre-release deck, which is, it's always the same. Now, it always comes with a nice piece of art in the back, and in this case, you have Tiny Bones right there. So, not bad. The insert goes back into the box, and you have your pre-release promo card, which comes in a paper booster. In this case, it's like kind of plasticky, and some play boosters. In this case, 6 play boosters, which to a degree I think is better than when we got the draft boosters, because at least you get more value with these ones. It's also more expensive, but you get the point. So paper boosters, because technically no one is going to open the pre-release to see what's up in here. Ooh, Stoic Sphinx for 2 and 2 blue is a creature Sphinx with 5/3 flash flying, and Stoic Sphinx has hexproof as long as you haven't cast a spell this turn, which very stoic. And a code that you can use if you want for Magic Arena to have the pre-release on Magic Arena. So we start with blue, strong beginning, and now let's crack some boosters. Let's see what we pull from Thunder Junction. Dover Grizzly, Quilt Charger, Holy Cow, which is literally an Ox Angel, so I kind of like this card very much. Peerless Rope Master, Rooftop Assassin, Mirage Mesa, which is a desert. Ankle Biter, Hellspur Brute, Plan the Heist is one of the few Story Spotlight cards. Wrangler of the Damned, not bad. And Karvek the Punisher, which more than the Punisher looks like Ghost Rider, but for 1 and 2 black is a human warlock, is a 3/3, and says, whenever you commit a crime, exile up to 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. If you do, you lose 2 life. Targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyards is a crime. Copies of permanent spells become tokens, which is a bunch of just clarification text. Oh, we got a newspaper card, or newspaper treatment, or showcase, I don't know. Technically it's the Vault one, or no, it's the newspaper, the Prosperity. different icon. There is too many icon sets in Thunder Junction, by the way. So Decimate, which is not a bad card at all. Hellspur Brute in foil, which is a shame because we literally got the same card. A foil Plains, which is always nice. And a Zombie Rogue token. That is also an ad, and that's the way it should be. If you give me an ad, at least make it a token. If you at least buy me dinner first, Wizards. Handsbrittle Bandit, Discerning Peddler, Sterling Supplier, Loan Shark. This set is very Western, as you can imagine, but the cards are not necessarily all cowboys with hats. There is some flexibility, which also allows for people to like this set, even if you don't like Western, which is actually very appreciated. Coyotes. Ooh, Double Down. A mythic card for 3 and 1 blue is an enchantment that says whenever you cast an outlaw spell, copy that spell. This is actually very good because an outlaw is assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. So there is a commander deck for which this fits perfectly. The problem is that the deck is Mardu, and therefore blue doesn't fit, and that's just a damn shame. Ooh! Jace Reawakened. 2 mythics in the same pack. Now, this is a pre-release, or what? So, Jace Reawakened, and this is the alternate art style. If you're looking at it and thinking, what's up with that? It's because he's supposed to be Ashiok, but then he's not, so he was pretending to be. Now, I haven't read the epilogue yet, so I don't know how he cures himself from Phyresis. So, I don't know, but it's Jace, right? So Jace cures himself from everything. It costs 2 blue, and is a Planeswalker, Jace, that costs 3. However, it has a big if here that says you can't cast this spell during your first, second, or third turns of the game, which makes sense in terms of lore, because Jace only reveals that it's Jace at the end of the adventure, so I guess that's kind of what they're going for. Plus, it's only 2 blue, but, right? So the +1 is draw a card, then discard a card. Very reasonable, very Jace. There's another +1. You may exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your hand. If you do, it becomes plotted. Plotting is this new effect that is that everything that is plotted, you can call later as a sorcery, right? So, and you can plot your own stuff and you can plot other stuff. You basically exile cards from your hand and then cast them as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. So, normally cards like Conin Coyote say like plot 1 and 1 red, which, okay, but in the case of Jace, it's great because you put a +1 and then you plot some card. The thing is, it's value 3 or less, so it's not like you're going to cheat your entire hand. And then the -6 is until the end of turn, whenever you cast a spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. It's not the craziest Jace ever. It kind of fits properly with one of the commander decks from the set, the EZ one. Again, nice card. 2 mythics in the same booster, that's some legendary stuff right there, or some mythic stuff. But yeah. Fling. A foil Mourner's Surprise. And a Lonely Arroyo, which is a desert. And the art card for Oko, which is actually kind of nice. The only problem that I have with play boosters, being perfectly honest with you, is that they have so much stuff that if you do what I do and divide the cards per type and color, you normally run out of space, and I am not even separating them by set. If I start separating them by set, I don't have space in the table because, for example, this card has a different icon from the set. So this technically should go into a different pile. But I'm just putting everything as Standard Junction and whatever. But yeah, sorry, OCD things. Slickshot Voltbuster, Baron Bertram Greywater, which is important for the story, but it's not a story spotlight card. Bovine Intervention, gotta love the puns here. Rakish Crew, good mention to the usual suspects. Bruce Tarl, Roving Rancher, for 2, 1 red and 1 white, is a human warrior. There is a 4/3 and says, Oxen you control have double strike. Fair. Whenever Bruce Tarl, Roving Rancher enters the battlefield or attacks, exile the top card of your library. If it's a land card, create a 2/2 white Ox creature token. Otherwise, you may cast it until the end of your next turn. Okay, not crazy. We want to do a tribal with that. Decisive Denial. Okay, I don't really know how to feel about these cards. This type of art is weird. Holy Cow, again, and this type in foil, so this is great. A Swamp and an Angel token. Actually looks pretty nice. We're halfway there. Sorry if we're taking too long with a simple pre-release, but what can I do? I like talking about cards. You come here for the podcast. You come here for the unboxings. You stay for the podcast, right? Cactarantula, which is a great name for a card again. Deadeye Duelist, Vengeful Townsfolk, Bridled Bighorn, because you have this new mechanic as well. It's called Saddle, that is pretty much like a vehicle, but not really. I think it's actually more useful than a vehicle because the creature can attack by itself, not like the vehicles. Lavaspur Boots, or as I call them, the poor version of the Swift Boots. Return the Favor, Scalestorm Summoner, and Tai Joaquin Perfect Shot. For 1 red and 1 white for Boros is a 2/3 human mercenary that says whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, okay, draw a card, which is awfully specific. For X and tap, if a source you control will deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player that turn, it deals that much damage plus X instead. It seems like maybe you can combo this card nicely, but you're not going to write home about it. Heartless Pillage, which again, cool, but it really doesn't feel like a magic card. Again, sorry for being that guy, but Fleeting Reflection in foil, Bristling Backwoods, which is a desert, and Varmint, which is kind of nice. There's also a plot card. So they actually went double on this one. Crazy Wizards, thank you. Second to last. Spring Splasher, Desperate Bloodseeker, Reach for the Sky. Again, to be clear, it's not that I don't like the artistic style or the art itself. It's just that if I look at that card across the table, if you never showed me Thunder Junction and just put cards on the table, I would be like, oh, what's that card game? Like, I wouldn't think it's Magic. I would think like, oh, it's obviously a card game that is trying too hard to be Magic without being Magic, and they over-designed. It's like, well, actually, it's Magic. Claim Jumper, for 2 and 1 white, is a 3/3 Rabbit Mercenary. It has Vigilance, and it says, when Claim Jumper enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you may search your library for a Plains card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then, if an opponent controls more lands than you, repeat this process once. If you search your library this way, shuffle, which is actually not bad as a catch-up mechanism. It's actually pretty good. And an epic from the vault, Territory Forge, for 4 and 1 red. Sorry, a mythic, not an epic. When Territory Forge enters the battlefield, if you cast it, exile target artifact or land. Territory Forge has all activated abilities of the exiled cards. Yeah, not bad. And it's an artifact, it just stays there. You can get rid of a lot of things. Oh, and another rare, in this case another rare, the Tension Sphere. When the tension sphere enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-permanent and not name the tension sphere, because otherwise loopy, and all other permanents with the same name of that permanent. When the tension sphere leaves the battlefield, return the exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. So, very Azorius to pause the game completely. Giant Beaver in foil. A full forest that is a bunch of cacti, which is lovely. And a art card for Archangel of Tithys, which is actually very nice. A part of me, and I know that I am very alone on this, but a part of me misses the fact that with the set boosters, I always got the art card because I actually enjoyed them and I collected them. Now they are actually rarer. Instead of having 88, we have 54. So, yep, good luck with that. Now, I don't know of many stores that sell them or sell the complete pack. A lot of people just use them as dividers or throw them away, which I get it. You come here for the cardboard to play with, not for the cardboard that you only look at. And I feel it's fair. But I like to appreciate the art, which is, I mean, come on, it's at least 33% of Magic is the art. And I don't know, it feels, I always felt, it always felt funny that people just disregard completely the art cards. It's like, come on, bro. Laughing Jasper Flint for 1 black, 1 red is a lizard rogue that is a 4/3 and says creatures you control but don't own are mercenaries in addition to their other types. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top X cards of target's opponent library, where X is the number of outlaws you control. Until the end of turn, you may cast spells from among those cards, and mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. Similar to a commander from the commander decks, but not quite there. Another mythic, so nice pull overall. Geralf the Fleshwright for 2 and 1 blue is a human warlock that is a 2/3 and says whenever you cast a spell during your turn other than your first spell that turn, create a 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature token. Whenever a zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each other zombie that entered the battlefield under your control that turn, or this turn. Then Hindering Light, counter target spell that targets you or a permanent you control. Draw a card. Wait. Rodeo Pyromancers in foil. A foil planes, is actually very nice, I have to say. And the worst type of card to finish this pre-release, which is the Nothing card, which is just an ad on both sides. And that's the pre-release. Now, to recap, let's remember here, in case you are new to this, the die is random. You can get any of the 5 colors. The insert is not random, but it was kind of boring, to be honest. The box is nice. A lot of people just throw these away. I need to start doing it as well because they accumulate and they are not that useful if you collect more cards than just the ones from the pre-release. And with play boosters, I feel like even if you don't go to the pre-release to play draft, at least you get like a mini sample of what the set is about. And a lot of times just buying the pre-release is a bunch of pre-releases is cheaper than buying the booster box. And you also get a lot of dice. So up to you. We got some cool pools. At the same time, I do feel like a lot of the blue pools that we got that are mythic are kind of underwhelming. Or at least, not what you will expect from a mythic. I think Double Down is useful, same as Geralf, but are very contextual. And Jace, likely is the most underwhelming Jace I ever pull. Is okay, but it's not a game killer piece. It's a very combo piece. So there is that. And I like this land a lot. So this was a quick one. Let me know down below what you think about Thunder Junction. Do you like the pre-release? Do you like the box, the style? Do you like the cards? Do you like this thing? Do you prefer the wanted posters one? Do you like the fact that we have 5 different set icons under the same set? What do you think about art cards? Do you care about them? I am alone on this. I don't know. Comment down below, let me know, and I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Yeehaw!